Today we are visiting Nols Aquarium Hobby. This is a well-known store located in Gothenburg in Sweden. They have an excellent selection of fish and Hampus, the owner of the store, is such a great guy. Today I have permission to do some filming in the store, so I'm gonna show some of the great stuff they have in here. You'll find the scientific name of all the species in the subtitles, so make sure you have them turned on. So we're gonna start by moving over here, and we have a highly unusual fish up here. So Hampus, what species is this?
This is a cichlid from Madagascar. It's called Paratroplus menarambo. They are called pinstripe damba. It's a cichlid that grows to about 35 centimeters, and it's quite rare.
So on the other side of this rack here, we have quite a lot of Malawi cichlids here, and there are, as I can understand, some of them are relatively rare, and I thought we could take a little look at them. This one here looks pretty interesting. What is this?
So this is a Malawi zebra. It's called Metria clima fine silberi, and the catch location is Luvino. So it's the catch location which is a bit more rare than the other ones.
There are quite a lot of Malawi cichlids in this rack, so we're not going to go over everything, but there's another pretty special one here, and they look pretty interesting, I think. What species is this?
So this is a species called Pseudotropheus emsobo deep magunga. And what's cool about this species is that the male turns blue and black, and the female remains yellow.
That is quite interesting. I know I had some Chindongo salusi, and they were pretty much the same. We do have another interesting fish over here, but first I'm going to show you these coral zebras, and there's also a OB version of this, also quite beautiful fish, but the really special one is down here. So Hampus, could you talk a little bit about these fish here?
Yeah, so this is a species called Labradochromis hongi, but this one is a bit special because it's a variation called Sweden. So it's selectively bred to get much more red in color than the common hongi.
Very, very interesting fish, and they are quite beautiful. Before we move on here, I'm going to show you this little special catfish here. This is a Hypancistrus inspector L102 snowball, and this one looks really good. So over here we have a rack with a lot of community fish, and I thought we could take a look at a couple of them. I thought these ones were pretty cool, so I want to show you guys these ones. So these are actually African glass catfishes, and they're a quite nice community fish, and I think they look really awesome. There are a couple of tinfoil barbs here. They get a little bit bigger though. And over here we have a couple of paradise fish. These are really beautiful to look at. I do also have to show you these climbing perches. These are quite special, a little bit more unusual, at least around here. There are quite a lot of different bishirs around here, so we can take a look at these ones here. And if you ever wonder how big these can get, I'm gonna show you right now. So in this tank behind me here, there are some fully grown bishirs, and there's also a couple of datnoids that are quite big. They can get bigger than this, but these are of very decent size. So while we're looking at the bishirs here, let's move over here. So these are rope fish, and these are actually a close relative to the bishirs. If we take another look in this tank here, we have some Lima shovel noses. There are some tire track eels, and in the tank below is another Lima shovel nose. And this one is a little bit bigger. There's also a pretty nice knife fish here. And there's a quite big black ghost knife fish as well. Now I'm going to go over and show you some of the really beautiful discus fish here. These ones were originally imported from Malaysia. And the other ones you see in the other tanks here, they are from Stenker. These are the wild version of the discus, and these are my personal favorite. If we turn around here, there are some spotted Congo puffers here, and these are really interesting as well. I think the pufferfish has a pretty nice personality, and I really like them. Now next to this tank here, this is a very special fish in here. This is a Tigrinus catfish, and this is definitely the Rolls Royce of catfishes. In this big tank here we have a couple of cichlids. We have some Jack Dempsey cichlids, some Nicaragua cichlids. We have a couple of Oscar cichlids. And there's also a quite big Gibbiceps catfish here. Now let's head over here and have a look at some more of the Malawi cichlids. Up here we have some really nice looking fish and some really cool fish as well. What are these, Hampus?
So in this tank there are an Alonocara called albino dragon blood, and then there are also among the others there are a predatory Malawi cichlid called Ramprochromis esox.
I think these ones are really interesting. They have a really big mouth. Are they hard to keep with other Malawi, or are they somewhat nice? Can you have them in a kind of community tank?
You can keep them with other Malawi cichlids as long as they are about the same size.
Okay, a really interesting fish. I also saw something interesting down here. Yeah, I really could see one of the males in really bright colors here. What kind of fish is this?
This is a quite rare Malawi cichlid called Coparichromis chrysonotus.
I'm gonna try to show you guys this male here. This looks absolutely fantastic. And now we're gonna head over to another part of the shop where I have some interesting stuff to show you. So these two tanks here are really interesting. First of all, we got some archerfish here, some snakeheads, a very special snakehead. There's a stingray here, really nice looking stingray. Also we have these interesting, what are these, Hampus?
These are Leporinus fasciatus. It's a big South American fish.
How big do they get approximately?
About 30 centimeters.
Quite big, so these are not fully grown by far then.
Yeah, correct.
And down here we have an absolutely massive jaguar cichlid. This is huge. Also, there was something special about those Oscar cichlids, right?
Yeah, so the big one with less coloration is a wild caught.
That's quite unusual for an Oscar cichlid, isn't it?
Yeah, usually they are captively bred, and usually it's the tiger ones that are being bred. So the wild caught ones usually have less orange markings.
I see. This here is a really special fish, a really cool one. This is a Fahakar pufferfish. This one is quite big. I think it's somewhere around 30 centimeter approximately. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here's a good video when I visit Daniel and Sebastian's fish room, and here's another good one when I show a 3,500 liters home aquarium. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.